Welcome back everyone. Today we're taking a friendly ride into the world of the 2025 Toyota Fortuner, a full-sized SUV that blends rugged capability with modern touches, and while it's not widely sold in the US, it's definitely one to keep an eye on for importers or simply to evaluate against US market options. Let's cruise through what makes it tick. Let's start with how it looks. The 2025 Fortuner strikes a commanding presence thanks to its bold exterior design. It measures about 4,795 mm, roughly 15 feet 9 in length, 1,855 mm in width and 1,835 mm in height, giving it serious road presence for a three-row SUV. Up front you'll notice a large grille, sharp LED-style headlamps and daytime running lights that lend a modern feel. Along the sides you get sculpted bodywork, pronounced wheel arches and generous ground clearance, especially useful if you ever venture off the beaten path. The rear continues the sporty rugged styling with LED taillights, a spoiler or roof-mounted detail depending on market, and an overall silhouette that says, "I can handle both family duties and some adventure." The result is an exterior that walks the line between serious utility and stylish presence. Under the hood, the Fortuner offers multiple powertrain options depending on region, which makes it interesting. One variant cited is a 2.7-liter four-cylinder petrol producing around 164 horsepower in some markets. In others there's a 2.8-liter diesel about 2,755 cc which delivers strong torque. One listing shows 500 Nm of torque in one trim. And there are even indications that a diesel hybrid version is coming or exists in certain markets for the 2025 model year. What this means in practical terms is you get an SUV that can handle the highway, the everyday commute, or more demanding drive conditions without flinching. In terms of performance, its ladder frame construction, yes, it's built more like a traditional SUV truck than a crossover, gives it added strength and towing capability. One review pointed out that in Australia the Fortuner delivers strong towing numbers and heavy-duty build. If we compare this with a US familiar sibling like the Toyota 4Runner, the Fortuner offers similar off-road DNA but with a slightly more modern design and globally proven mechanicals. Moving inside, the interior is where the Fortuner pivots from rugged to refined. Seating for 7 is standard in most markets, spread across 3 rows. The cabin materials showed Toyota's attempt to upgrade quality. You'll find soft touch surfaces, upscale trim in higher grades, leather seats depending on market, ambient lighting, and good flexibility for family duty or adventure gear. Technology is well represented. Depending on region you might get an 8-inch or larger infotainment display, full compatibility with smartphone integration, wireless charging, and a digital instrument cluster in some trims. Additional comforts include multiple USB ports for back row passengers, roof-mounted air vents, plenty of storage and decent visibility thanks to large windows and elevated seating position. In short, you're not compromising creature comforts for capability. When it comes to tech and safety, this Fortuner is a solid bundle. Driver assist systems such as lane departure warnings, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, plus parking sensors and multi-view cameras show up in various markets. The serious build, as mentioned earlier, contributes to safety too. The strong chassis, off-road capable underbody and high ground clearance all help in more demanding driving environments. One review noted the massive gross combination mass, strong towing capacity and underlying toughness as key advantages. For a US viewer, what this means is that if you're thinking of an SUV that can do day-to-day driving but also stand up to tougher terrain or loads, the Fortuner is worth considering. What about price? Because this vehicle is often marketed outside the US, the pricing varies heavily by region, taxes and local trim levels. For example, in Pakistan listings show the 2025 Fortuner between 1 Pakistani rupee and 49 paise 2.05 crore depending on variant. Another listing abroad shows engine and option combinations but less reference to US pricing. If this were sold in the US, one might reasonably estimate somewhere in the ballpark of $45,000 - $60,000 or more depending on options, drivetrain, 2WD, 4WD, and technology. The key takeaway: you're getting substantial SUV capability, 3 rows, off-road capable build, strong heritage for a price that is competitive when benchmarked against full-sized SUVs. How does it compare against other cars? If you're looking at US favorites like the Toyota 4Runner, the Fortuner offers similar heritage but brings a bit more modern styling and technology. If you compare it to mid-sized three-row SUVs such as the Ford Explorer or the Chevrolet Tahoe, then what the Fortuner trades off slightly is luxury badge or badge prestige, but what it brings in is rugged build, proven reliability, Toyota legacy, and off-road capability that many family-oriented SUVs don't emphasize. If you're the kind of driver who wants the go anywhere, comfortable for the family vibe rather than just the luxurious city ride, the Fortuner checks a lot of boxes. In summary, for the US audience looking at global SUV offerings or evaluating future imports or just understanding what's happening globally, the 2025 Toyota Fortuner stands out as a very compelling package. You've got bold and capable exterior styling, strong engine options and a build designed for more than just suburban commutes, an interior that handles family life with comfort and tech, modern safety features, and value that stacks up well once you consider everything you're getting. If Toyota were to bring it officially into the US market, or if you're exploring one via import options, the Fortuner is very much worth keeping on your radar. Thanks for riding along with this review. If you enjoyed it, hit like, subscribe for more car dive-ins, and leave a comment below. Would you take the Fortuner on or off-road? Until next time, safe driving out there.